Mob from Mob Psycho 100 is a middle schooler that has special powers comparable to that of a god, but that's the only thing that's actually remarkable about his existence, as the rest of his personality and looks are below average. He doesn't socialize with people, he doesn't know how to talk to girls, he rarely maintains eye contact, he hides his emotions, he's scrawny, he's weak, he's stunted on by his little brother all the time, and I'm pretty sure their parents like his little brother more anyways. And let's be honest, without his powers he probably would have no friends. His only friend is a 30-year-old Ponzi scammer that only keeps him around because he's useful. So why do I relate to him so much on a spiritual and primal level? You see, middle school is a precious time for young adults to develop how you talk to others and interact with the world. It's the first step of becoming an adult and discovering for yourself who you truly are as a person. You attend clubs, make new friends, figure out your likes and dislikes, and your passions and interests. For many kids, middle school is a time of firsts. First girlfriend, first kiss, first blowjob. And yeah, none of these things end up meaning anything, but these are good learning experiences for developing minds. However, Mob doesn't do any of that. In middle school, he's the only person that hasn't joined a club, and when a girl from class approaches him to join the telepathy club, he declines because he finds it stupid and dumb. He doesn't actively seek out things like regular kids would, because he just doesn't have the innate curiosity of the rest of the world, which makes him fall behind from the rest of his peers. The only special interest that he has is joining the bodybuilding club and vowing to work out, which is pretty much the only thing that he actively wants to do in his life, to the point that he passes out from working out too hard anyways. And I'm gonna be honest when I say this, but isn't he kind of a school threat? You know, I understand that anime is from his POV, so we understand that he's a nice kid and that, you know, he's a good guy. But let's look at this from an omniscient point of view. A point of view of someone in the school that doesn't know who Mob is or what he stands for. Just imagine an antisocial kid with a bowl cut comes to your school, gets bullied, has no friends that you know of, randomly turns into a demon when he gets angry, hangs out with sketchy people. That's a potential school threat right there. I don't know, is it just me? I guess as an American who's been seeing school shootings in the news for years, I don't know, it's like a red flag in my brain just keeps popping up. And you know, I can't take any chances anymore. This is post 9/11 America. I feel like the real life equivalent of Mob, you know, people that are kind of weird, doesn't really understand social situations, isn't physically gifted or anything, are more likely to be ostracized and bullied because of the way they are. Yeah, in this show, Mob is cute as hell and is everyone's favorite MC, but in real life, it's free real estate. I know this because I've seen it firsthand in schools. Sometimes it was me, and other times it was kids that I knew that was a bit weird or off the grid. And through this immense bullying and people telling you how to act a certain way, emotions and personalities are suppressed because you're seen as weird and stupid, but holding these emotions in builds up, and all it takes is one trigger to lose your mind. Now obviously I'm not saying Mob is capable of shooting up a school and killing children, but the tendencies are there. But Mob is a character that I deeply relate to, as I said before, because I felt the same way when I was in middle school. Actually, sometimes I still feel the same way now. Not the school shooting aspect, but you know, I'll be honest with myself, I'm kinda stupid sometimes. There's a lot of things that come naturally to people that just doesn't come to me. Sometimes I'm physically unable to talk to people, and when I was younger, I thought that people thought I was a mysterious anime character. And now I realize I was kind of a loser. This type of social incompetence makes anime characters like Mob charming and famous, but for humans like me, you know, people think I'm a school shooter. I think introverted and socially awkward people are always going to lose in contemporary society. People think they're weird because they don't talk and they don't speak up to correct themselves anyways. It's a lose-lose situation. And if they're getting bullied and they eventually snap or react, everyone's beliefs of them being weird are justified because the only emotion they show is anger. It's like you having to fade your voice out while you're telling a story to a group of people because you realize that they don't actually care about you, that you're the weakest link, that if you left, nothing would change because they were never really your friends anyways. I told my therapist about Mob because I deeply related to him when I first saw him. I mentioned his social awkwardness and his lack of attentiveness in everything in his life. I mentioned his only passing interest coming from the body improvement club. I mentioned his breakdowns when he gets super emotional. And my therapist, she looked at me and said, "Your friend Mob might be autistic." And I thought to myself at that moment, am I autistic? Hey guys, thanks for coming in. I just wanted to ask you guys one thing. Do you guys think I'm autistic?
Yes, bro, like...
You might be.
You're fucking weird. You're a weirdo.
You just act like a fucking retard for no fucking reason, bro. Every time I speak to you, I always say the dumbest shit ever. You don't understand anybody's emotions, you don't understand my emotions.
Might be autistic. kind of seem a little bit like that. I saw you chewing on your hand the other day.
Like, I fucking hate spending time with you. It's fucking annoying. I don't wish to talk to you, to be honest.
Impulsive and loud, and you always want to have the last word, for example. Like every time we played Among Us, every single fucking lobby was pissed at you and wanted it gone. Because that's how annoying you are.
I'll be honest, I didn't understand a single word you just said.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with being autistic. Say that John Lennon was actually autistic. Barack Obama, he was autistic.
So you think I have potential to be like the president of the United States?
Yeah. In fact, if you weren't autistic, you probably wouldn't be president of the United States. But since you're autistic, it's a good shot.
Like, you just be saying, damn, I want her, all this stupid shit, and the same in the text chat too. You just be saying this dumbest quotes, you put out these political, insane philosophies that like nobody believes in, nobody cares about.
Bro, who are you? Who is this?
Dude, I'm literally tier 1 sub to your Twitch channel. I've been supporting you before you got signed by G2, a major esports organization, as a content creator. I was watching your streams before Pokemon reacted to your clips. I'm like your biggest fan, bro.
I don't know how the fuck you got on my friends list, but I keep this shit fucking secure for Pokemon and multi-millionaires, but I'm fucking out of here. Goodbye, good riddance, enjoy the block. Peace.
Alright, so I decided to take an autism test online just to see like what I'm at. The results indicate that you have many tendencies of an autistic spectrum disorder. Wait, what? Your scores suggest you experience many of the common traits experienced by those with an autism spectrum disorder. This does not necessarily mean you have autism or Asperger's, but as this test is only a guide and the autism diagnosis process is far more comprehensive, you might want to think about whether a full diagnosis could be helpful. Bro, this isn't even correctly grammared. What? Wait, this is actually pretty close. I'm like one question off, one wrong answer off of actually having a strong likelihood of having autism. So what this is telling me is that I'm not conclusively autistic. I have strong traits, but I might not be. I don't really know how to feel about that. I decided to do a bit more research on autism, and I realized that some of the diagnosis and the quote-unquote red flags are kind of bullshit. Like, here's some common symptoms in autism amongst adults: difficulty interpreting what others are thinking or feeling, difficulty regulating emotion, tendency to engage in repetitive or routine behaviors. These seem more like regular issues involving social anxiety rather than a full-blown developmental disability. Honestly, I know a bunch of people that have these symptoms, but that doesn't mean they're autistic. I feel like these issues are just a normal part of growing up and integrating into becoming a member of society, and for that reason, I don't think Mob is autistic or a school shooter. This series, as well as Mob himself, is about accepting yourself and your insecurities and your flaws. So if you're autistic, you can project your experiences to Mob and apply what he does to grow as a person. And if you're thinking about shooting up a school, maybe you should listen to Mob, because even though he has experienced bullying as well as having mental breakdowns and whatever, he still continues to grow as a person instead of shooting up schools. So I guess the real takeaway of Mob Psycho 100 is, instead of shooting up a school, you should watch the series instead.